starting next week, it's actually what our
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Lou.
Great to see everybody here. Not sure where everybody else is.
Labor Day.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend, maybe they're out having fun someplace. I hope so. So, please stand in body or spirit as we sing Come, Come, Whoever You Are, number 188.
We'll sing it in unison twice, and then Tristan's going to help me lead. Tristan will lead this half, and I'll lead this half.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are, come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Hillsborough. We are a congregation that is open to all who seek spiritual growth and community with others. Whoever you are, member, friend, or guest, and whatever brought you here this morning, we're glad you're here. Here at UUCH, we don't require that we all have a common set of religious beliefs. Basing our actions on the 7 principles in the front of your hymnal, we strive to love, support, and encourage each other in our individual quests for personal growth and understanding in matters of the heart and spirit. We aspire always to be an inclusive circle where all are welcome. My name is Lou Goodall, and I'm your worship coordinator today. I'd like to thank everyone who's made today's service possible. It's truly a gift of love. I want to thank Aviva Enoch, our music director and head of our worship team. I also want to thank Amy Dark, who printed the order of service for us, and I'm thanking AC, but a word about him in a few minutes. I also want to thank Steve Mahaley for managing our communications, and Kim Freeman for being our listening ear after the service. I also want to thank those who are on the religious exploration team, the Buildings and Grounds Committee, MINCO, GovCo, and the members of all other teams. Our theme for the month of September is welcome. And our speaker, Val Palmore, has kindly agreed to share with us his thoughts and feelings on giving life the shape of justice. Before we create our sacred space, let us take a moment to share announcements for the good of the community. If you have an announcement for the congregation, please come to the side microphone, identify yourself, and speak directly into the microphone. Also, beverages and snacks will be available, I assume, for your enjoyment in the library after the service. And I encourage you all to take what you'd like and spread out inside and outside the building. Nice weather today, so we can do that.
So I'm Aviva. I just wanted to say that the Songbirds, our singing group, is going to be practicing here tonight at 7 p.m. Anybody's welcome. Anyone that enjoys singing is welcome to join us. So hope to see you there. And if you have any questions, just talk to me after the service.
I'm Steve, just reminding folks that we have a ministry council meeting this afternoon at 1:30 online. Thanks very much.
Hi, I'm Amy, and after the service today, we will be showing More Than Skin Deep, a worship service from General Assembly that is all about how we develop friendships and in music and in song, and their story brings me to tears every time I listen to it, particularly as I have such a relationship with somebody who was referred to me because after my daughter died, I had a house to sell, and I had the money from her life insurance policy, and he wanted a house, and he cuts hair for a living, and he promised me when it was done that I'd have free haircuts for life, and I had one just the other day.
Hi, I'm Kim Freeman. I'm the listening ear today. You can find me after the service. I'll try to be outside somewhere around the green yurt. I also have two other announcements. One is that someone has reached out to us via our Facebook page. She lives in Burlington, she doesn't drive, and she would like to know if there's a possibility of anybody occasionally giving her a ride to come attend services in person. So if that is along your path when you do come, if that is something you're open to considering, please, just find me. I'd be happy to coordinate something. I just think it's really exciting to have a new person reaching out and interested in our little community. And thirdly, I am your stewardship lead. We will be having a booth at the upcoming Hog Day Festival in Hillsborough. It's Friday and Saturday, the 15th and 16th, I think, yeah. And we're just gonna be out there, getting to introduce ourselves to the community, offering glitter blessings to anyone who wishes. We have several members of the congregation with various talents that they're willing to contribute, so we'll have folks offering fairy hair or glitter tattoos, and it'll just be a very warm and welcoming hopefully experience for people to get to know what that funny place is with the herbs. So if you're interested in helping out, again, just see me. Thanks everyone.
David, did you want to say something about?
Hi, I'm Aurora. I have a few religious exploration related announcements and one intergenerational announcement. So number one, we have next week will be an intergenerational service here, and after that we will start rehearsals for our Sacred Story skits. I am trying to assign parts for the plays next week, so please register your kid by next week if they want to participate. I mean, they can still participate afterward, but it would make things easier for me if you let me know. There is registration link in the e-news, and there's also a QR code on the bulletin board outside the RE room, and you can register that way. Second announcement is that we have game day, board games, card games, any kind of game you want to bring, on September 9th, and it will be at 5 p.m. And it's not just for kids, it's not just for grown-ups, it's for everyone. We will have all sorts of fun games, so please come. There'll be pizza, it'll be great. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Dave Yelton. This is a bridge between announcements and joys and concerns. One of our members, Pam Dickens, some of you know, she fell on late Thursday evening in her home and broke her leg, broke her femur. So she was ambulanced to the hospital, and she had surgery on Friday. And anyway, she's in the hospital. She's doing okay. It's a serious recovery. And she will be there for several more days, and then probably have to go to rehab for a while. But anyway, it's a real shock to her, as as flexible, as vibrant as she is in her own with her own challenges every day. This is a setback, and so she would appreciate contact. She can be just contacted basically through her cell phone, text or call. She will respond as she can. But anyway, just wanted you all to know that. She's doing okay, but she would like to hear from people.
Are neighbors taking care of the cats?
I'm sorry?
Are neighbors taking care of the cats?
Yeah, oh yes, right, yeah, she can probably help coordinate. She does have some people in the neighborhood that normally take care of her cats when she's away. So that's taken care of, but she may need some additional help on that.
When you say after the hospital rehab, not rehab from her home, rehab in a rehab
Right.
facility where she stays,
Right,
okay?
it'll be a while, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say that.
Oh, I'm so sad.
So, I was asked to say this now, I'm just gonna save it for Joyce and Soros, but, AC is not here today because he has tested positive for COVID. AC doesn't have symptoms, but Terry also has it. Terry was hospitalized last week because he's been falling a lot, and that's also related to his diabetes, but once they got him in the hospital, they found out he also had COVID. It's been circulating at Eno Haven Apartments where they live. And so Terry's home now, but AC says he fell again this morning, and so both of them have COVID, so just keep them both in your thoughts. And I guess I'll drop Stone during Joyce and Sorrow, so you might also want to check on them. I have a number to text AC if anybody wants to try to reach AC.
So many announcements today. I hope you get to give your homily later. I know that all you members just sit by your computers on the first of the month with bated breath waiting for the Membership Matters newsletter to come out, and it did not come out yet, but it's coming this week. We wanted to make sure that all the information in it was most up to date. So that's coming later this week, probably Tuesday, Wednesday.
Thank you.
Since there seems to be no more announcements, let's prepare for worship and create our sacred space. If you haven't already done so, please silence your cell phones. Now let's pause for a moment, look inward, and find in our hearts our desire to love, understand, and support each other today and every day. These are some opening words. Who You Are Enriches Us All by Reverend Monica Jacobson Tennyson. We say, welcome to your joy your hope, your pride. We say welcome to your grief, your fear, your anger, and the parts of you that are not yet ready to be seen and heard. Welcome to them all. In honor of laborers, 129 years ago, in 1894, Labor Day became a national federal holiday to honor the contributions of laborers and labor unions to the achievements of the United States. Today, we light this chalice in their honor. Please stand now in either body or spirit as we sing our opening hymn, Step by Step, the Longest March, number 157. Ours is a welcoming community where we find connection, a sharing community where our joys are celebrated, and a caring community where we can express our sorrows. Each Sunday, we take some time to reflect on the special happenings that have occurred this week among our members and friends. Some choose to share aloud, while others choose to remain silent. Here, we make room for both. For those of you who would like to share aloud, please take a moment before we begin to center yourself and collect your thoughts so that what you share this morning is personal, heartfelt, and brief. Please come forward, tell us your name, and share with us what is in your heart today. When you're finished, you may release a stone into the vase on the altar. all these things within the heart of this community, both spoken and unspoken, by remaining silent for a moment as we consider what has been shared and how we might respond. May the community respond, Amen, and blessed be.
Amen, and blessed be.
I am not sure whether we have a children's recessional today.
Yes.
Okay. Let's sing the children to class now with Children's Blessing in the back of the hymnal.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to see you're not at the beach. Mark Twain once said, "Everybody talks about the weather, but nobody does anything about it." Well, that's similar to the situation with justice. Everybody talks about justice, but not so many people do anything about it. So this morning I want to consider with you various things that we can do about making justice, making life the shape of justice. Many of you know I was born in Japan because my parents were missionaries to Japan. They were caught up in the student volunteer movement of about the turn of the century, I guess it was. And so they joined thousands of other students who were going to go out around the world and save the world by converting everybody to Christianity. Well, they didn't quite make it all the way, but they did contribute to the modernization of many countries, such as Japan. Father used to love to tell the story about the Sunday when they're taking up a collection for missions, and the usher passed the plate, and one of the men pushed it aside, and the usher pushed it back and said, "It's for missions." And the man pushed it away and says, "I don't believe in missions." And the usher pushed it back and says, "Well then, take some out, it's for heathens." Sometimes I feel that way about anybody that doesn't believe in the Unitarian Service Committee. During the offering, I will pass out the guest at your table boxes that we managed to assemble here. And if you don't find out enough about it from me, there are leaflets here that you can get more information. But sometimes we do have a mission. Our mission is not to convert heathens to Christianity, but the mission impossible of saving the world by affirming the worth, the dignity, and human rights of every person. Some of you may not be familiar with the Unitarian Universalist Service Committee, so I will try to answer the 5 standard newspaper questions. What, when, where, who, and how? What is UUSC? It's an independent, justice-seeking organization affiliated with the Unitarian Universalist Association and partnering with local organizations around the world. Currently, it's focused on reclaiming freedom, working with partners in the liberation from the devastating violence, climate disaster, and persecution. Currently, they're focusing on the borders of Ukraine and the southern U.S. border and Haiti. When UUSC was started about 70 years ago by the American Unitarian Association. We didn't have the Humanists, but we didn't have the Universalists in with us at that time. So it was just the Unitarians started the Unitarian Service Committee. And it started to help the refugees from the World War II Nazis and to rebuild Europe after the war. You remember that. I remember that. It's been working for social justice ever since. Where UUSC partners with local justice-seeking organizations in more than 50 countries. Immediately after Russia's invasion of the Ukraine, UUSC mobilized resources to help those impacted by the crisis. The initial grants were to a long-term partner in Hungary and a trusted ally in Poland. A year later, UUSC had expanded their partnership with several organizations such as the Alliance for Black Social Justice in Poland, Martinka, which is a female-led organization responding to the refugee trafficking crisis. The refugee trafficking crisis. That's a hard one to get out. How? The UUSC uses 3-pronged strategies. 1, support local grassroots partners rather than sending off our staff as missionaries. 2, organize and educate activists in the United States. 3, work with legislators and administrators to advocate for humane policies here and abroad. Why? We do this because of our common humanity, because we are all brothers and sisters, because we are one with the universe, because we believe in justice, equity, and the compassion in human relations, because we need organizations like UUSC to put our faith in effective action. We can do so little alone, as the hymn said, but united with more than 25,000 other UUs, we can make a world of difference. We can give life the shape of justice. As I said, I'll be handing out the boxes during the offertory, and there are leaflets here for more information. It's been a tradition that some kids take a box with them when they go trick-or-treating and invite people to contribute to putting some change in this guest at your table box. And the idea is that you take home a box and you put it on your dining room table, kitchen table, and when you sit down and have a meal, you put a little something in the box as a guest at your table. Let us consider the second principle: justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. I think we all know what is meant by these concepts, and almost everybody says they believe in them in the abstract. However, in practice, sometimes these principles can conflict with each other. What seems to be compassion for one group may be challenged as unfair to another group. Consider the current issue over affirmative action in colleges and universities like UNC and dear old Duke. I don't want to debate the complex issues here. I'm just using it as an example of the problems that can occur in practice. So how can we solve these ethical dilemmas? A popular Christian answer is to ask, what would Jesus do? But this doesn't help much because nobody really knows what Jesus would do. You know how useful that would be to this modern world 2,000 years later, even if we knew what Jesus would do. Consider the following solutions. The golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The cynic would say, do unto others before they can do it to you. Josh Billing has said, twice is he armed whose cause is just, and 4 times armed is he who gets his fist in first. Mark Twain has also said, don't do unto others as you would have them do to you, because their taste may be different from yours. Another rule of thumb that many use is, what would happen if everybody did this? Now this rule can help with some things like paying taxes, but not for things like camping or windsurfing. So, what are my personal beliefs that help me solve these dilemmas? Do I believe the universe bends towards justice and equity? I believe the universe is just in the sense that it is consistent. It's not capricious. It is orderly, not chaotic. It is impartial and cannot be bribed, will not play favorites. On the other hand, the universe is often not fair in the sense that innocent people often suffer and bad people may prosper, especially in the short run, and sometimes even in the long run. Nature is not good or bad. It just is. And it follows natural laws. So I do not believe that the universe is compassionate. I think we make a mistake when we try to justify our human values and laws by invoking some kind of universal natural law or divine will. Our most cherished religious values cannot be found in the order of the universe, but are born of our human longing, empathy, vision, and hope. This is the basis for both our freedom to create a better world and our responsibility to do so. If we don't do it, nobody else will. So here are some of my favorite justice-seeking organizations. In order to prevent war and bring about peace around the world, the United Nations and the United Nations Association that supports it, and the Veterans for Peace, of which I'm a member, and the Durham Peace Coalition. And there's also Code Pink that I found on the internet. I don't know too much about it, but it is a peace organization. How about poverty? Well, one of my favorite organizations is the Habitat for Humanity. We used to work on building, helping people build their houses through the organization of Habitat for Humanity. OCIM, of course, is an organization that combats poverty and hunger. UNICEF, the United Nations Emergency, UNICEF, what does it stand for? United Nations something.
Children's Emergency Fund.
For children. Anyway, it helps children. How about racism? NAACP, which we contribute towards, and Justice United, of which we are a member, and the ACLU, which is the American Civil Liberties Union. All are opposing racism. Ageism, I think the best organization for combating ageism is the AARP. Used to stand for the American Association of Retired People, but they don't even mention those words anymore. It's just AARP. But it is a big organization and very effective in reducing ageism. So, what is your favorite justice that I haven't mentioned yet? Would you like to just call out some organization that you'd like to put a plug in for?
The UU Justice Ministry, the North Carolina UU Justice Ministry.
Public
North
citizen.
Carolina.
The what?
Public citizen.
Public citizen.
I would say various environmental organizations, Natural Resource Defense Council, Environmental Defense Fund, Sierra Club. They are now giving a lot more attention to environmental justice.
Eastern North
Okay.
Carolina Food Bank. Southern Poverty Law Center.
Sea Shepherd.
Common cause.
Okay. So I'll be handing out these boxes for those of you who would like to take one home. And there are leaflets here for more information on the UUSC. We will be collecting the boxes and your contributions around the New Year's. I'd like to close with a chorus from what will be our closing hymn. Soon the day will arrive. Wait and see, what a world this could be if we share, if we care, you and I. I believe our offertory is going to be, oh, what a wonderful world this could be.
Many wise words. Thank you for that, pal. Each week, we take a monetary offering to support our social justice work in the community. This support comes in the form of donations. This month, the community partner we are collecting for is Orange Congregations in Mission, OCIM. Is that not correct?
New Hope Elementary.
Oh, I had conflicting information. Okay, it's New Hope Elementary. Thank you. You may donate by going online to our website at uuchnc.org or by using the Banco app on your phone.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed days, the dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, "How do you do?" What they're really saying is, "I love you." I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn so much more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Please join me in the prayer of collective gratitude found in your order of service. For the love that surrounds us every morning, for the friends beside us, and for the generous gifts just received. Let us be truly grateful. These closing words are called A First Step Faith, and it's by Reverend Scott Taylor. On welcoming change, go with faith, not the kind that is called to move mountains, but the quieter sort that calls us to take the first step, even when the whole staircase sits beyond our view. And as we move toward the unseen, may we notice that the way unfolds only as we risk traveling it. And may we remember and trust that on this journey, we are never alone. Amen. Extinguish the chalice.
Closing hymn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Closing hymn, sorry. Soon the day will arrive, number 146. Altogether, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace, my friends, and blessed be.